lalo na't nanghihingi pa nga ng additional budget para dun sa children's book na iyon. Given na may ganitong hindi magandang history pala ang ganong proyekto, Madam Chair.
Muli na namang inungkat ni Raul Manuel at bumuwelta na naman sa mga nagawa ni VP Sara sa DepEd. Agaran din naman itong dinipensahan ni Secretary Angara, kaya Raul Manuel, tikom ang bibig. Pero bago ang lahat, maaari kayong mag-subscribe para maging updated sa mga issue at bagong mga balita. Walang tigil nga ang pagbatikos nitong si Raul Manuel at nakakita na naman ng butas para magawa ng issue ang mga programang nagawa ng dating Secretary of Education, Vice President Sara Duterte para sa DepEd. Tikom naman ang bibig nito matapos madepensahan ni Secretary Angara at ng iba pang kinatawa ng DepEd ang Vice Presidente. At ayon nga sa kanila, ay ipagpapatuloy pa nila at mas palalawakin pa ang naturang proyekto at programa. Marami naman ang bumilib sa bagong Secretary of Education at inulan nga ito ng papuri. Ayon pa sa mga netizens, ramdam ang paggalang at confidence nila kay Senator Secretary Angara. And nakikita na kahit 6 weeks pa lang siya sa DepEd, inalam na niya ang dapat niyang alamin kaya nasasagot nga ng angkop ang mga tanong. Malaking bagay din siguro na naging bahagi siya ng EDCOM. And he takes note himself while ongoing ang briefing. Nakaka-inspire makinig ng ganitong briefing na nagre-respetuhan ng bawat isa. Kudos to all of you. Galing ni Angara at ng kanyang mga yusek na ipaliwanag at napakita ang magiging future ng ating DepEd at student. Kudos DepEd. Mabuhay ka, Senator Secretary Education Sani Angara.
Representative Raul Manuel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning sa Committee on Appropriations tsaka sa mga officials po ng DepEd through the leadership of Senator and Secretary Sani Angara. Good morning po. Gusto ko lang pong i-highlight yung isa sa mga na bring forth po kanina na finding na ang dating DepEd Secretary po as Vice President, meron siyang children's book project. Tapos ang kanyang tinapa para gumawa ng illustrations para dun sa children's book ay yung mga employees pa na under sa Department of Education. Parang hindi po ito ang first time na pinaghahalo po niya ang dalawang ahensya under her leadership. Tapos ngayon pa nga ay merong ganitong additional example. So hindi dapat ito i-take note lightly ng komite na ito, lalo na't nanghihingi pa nga ng additional budget para dun sa children's book na iyon. Given na may ganitong hindi magandang history pala ang ganong proyekto, Madam Chair. So to proceed dun sa ilang mga points ko on the Department of Education, Madam Chair, na-mention din kasi kanina yung matatag curriculum, and even Congressman Rufus Rodriguez mentioned na may mga subjects talaga na hindi pwedeng pinaghalo-halo. Kasi po, Madam Chair, ang gusto nga po ni Kong Rufus yung PE dapat talaga hiwalay. Pero ngayon nga, at least yung naabutan ko, Madam Chair, yung PE kasama siya dun sa MAPE na Music, Arts, PE, and Health. Pero ngayon po sa matatag curriculum, pati po yung MAPE at yung Araling Panlipunan, minerge pa. So, paano na lang po yung pagtuturo ng bawat specific subject? And I think mula naman sa interpellation ni Kong Franz, meron namang ways moving forward yung DepEd. Sana lang po talaga ma-incorporate yung ganitong mga observations kasi nga ang hirap na ma-ensure yung quality ng pagkaturo sa bawat subject kung parang blob sila na naghahalo-halo. Also, ito Madam Chair, on peace education. So, any official of DepEd po can answer. Gusto lang po nating malaman ano po ang objectives at ano po yung meat ng peace education na tinuturo ng department.
Salamat. Magandang umaga po, Congressman Manuel. Unahin na po natin yung PISA. Yung intention natin dito is, if I'm not mistaken, sa pagkaintindi ko, yung PISA is to enhance a learner's critical skills as well as his ability to be analytical and to approach a problem from several aspects, meaning one question can challenge his reading, his math, and his science capabilities. Parang real life situation. Hindi naman nakakahon sa math, sa science when you face a problem in real life. So that is my understanding of the OECD exam PISA. So what we're doing is we're trying to have our education also try to be multidimensional in that sense, Your Honor, para matugunan niya yung mga ganong klaseng exams. Dahil parang, and also it seems that there is a focus on certain types of awareness, meaning environmental awareness and other problems, climate change, among others. So I think it's also crucial to enhance that in our learners. Tapos also, yung mababa nating performance dahil karamihan sa mga bata natin hindi marunong gumamit ng computer. I was told, yung mga kumuha ng 2022, first time nilang humawak ng mouse, computer mouse, kaya medyo nataranta sila. So what we want is this early, we will get as many of them with access and practice on computers to actually take the test on computers. And there's also the problem of language. Dahil some take the test in their native language, pero there is no PISA test in Filipino as of yet, if I'm not mistaken, Your Honor. So, English ho siya. So, these are some of the PISA aspects and the demands on our learners. Doon naman ho sa pagsasama ho ng mga subject, yung thinking ho kasi dito is sana ma-decongest or ma-declutter yung ating curriculum so we can focus on yung tinatawag na foundational skills na literacy and numeracy, reading, writing, math. So that's why kaya pinagsama ho yung ibang mga subject. Pero tama ho kayo na yung isa sa mga pinakamahalagang tinuturo sa ating curriculum ay yung kasaysayan. Kaya sisiguraduhin natin na hindi mawawala yan at kung may suggestion po kayo na i-enhance yung ating curriculum at all levels from kinder even up to senior high school, this would be most welcome, Your Honor.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Chair. Doon po sa matatag curriculum din, lalo under the former leadership of DepEd, doon po na-introduce kasi yung parang special siya na topic, yung peace education, yung paano daw tinuturo yung maging promoters no, ng pagkakasundo, yun, kapayapaan yung ating mga estudyante. So sa ngayon po ba sumusulong na itong pagtuturo ng peace education? Tapos ano po ang nilalaman ng ganong topic?
Yes, Your Honor, Madam Chair. The peace education is incorporated in certain learning areas in Araling Panlipunan, in good manners and right conduct, as well as values education. But maybe with your permission, I'll ask Yusek Gina Gonong to expound.
Thank you,
Sec. Madam Chair, yung peace education po ay naka-integrate sa ating mga learning areas. Kasama po dito halimbawa sa early grades yung self-awareness, yung building a community. Pagdating naman po sa mga higher grade levels, ang ini-integrate po natin na peace ed concepts dyan, yung security, disaster risk reduction, yan po ang mga kasama sa peace education.
Okay. Madam Chair, can we request the department to furnish our office and the committee copies of modules or learning materials na related po doon sa peace education?
We will do that, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Also, in connection, since meron pong noong 2019, DepEd Order number 32, ito yung National Policy Framework on Learners and Schools as Zones of Peace. We'd like to confirm na standing pa rin po ba ang ganitong DepEd Order?
May I ask that Yusek Escobedo be recognized? He's our Yusek for Operations, Madam Chair.
Yusek Escobedo, you're recognized.
Yeah. Good morning, Madam Chair. Yung DO po on schools as zones of peace ay kasalukuyan pong nire-review and for drafting. Nang sa gayon ay yung schools ay maiwas doon sa anumang violence or human-induced hazard. And we will consult all the stakeholders, especially the teachers and other organization as regards to the review and redrafting of this previously issued DO.
Madam Chair, ano po yung nag-prompt ng review ng ganitong department order?
Meron pong enhancement doon sa isa, yung meron kami mga nare-receive na complaints from the field na ito ay mas nagagamit ng ibang grupo and hindi na pahihintulutan yung isang grupo na pumasok sa school and other complaints na nare-receive namin sa field.
Okay. Madam Chair, kaya po natin ito na tanong in relation din dun sa peace education kasi nga ayaw natin na naabuso ang ganitong mga topics para magamit, no, para kabaligtaran yung maging effect, no, na na-endanger pa yung ating mga students, yung ating mga teachers, and in fact very explicit naman po dun sa current department order na halimbawa kung may mga lessons or kahit pa nga mga seminar, mga forum na para na siya dun sa goals like counterinsurgency, bawal din po yun. So we'd like to ask po ano yung timeline ng review nitong department order.
For the review and redrafting, we will, ang tingin namin ay mailalabas yung new DepEd order by December or early part of next year.
Okay. Next, Madam Chair, kasi ang mga forum din, mga seminar na nagagamit na talaga siya as platform for red tagging halimbawa, edi nalaman natin from the COA documents na dito ginamit yung confidential funds ng DepEd for 2023. So, may ma-elaborate pa ba ang DepEd on this? Kasi po ang binabanggit ng former DepEd Secretary ay ang dapat daw po sumagot ang officials ng DepEd na haharap ngayon at iniwasan pong sagutin yung topic na ito. So, yun, we'd like to know lang kung may madadagdag po kayo or dapat po ba talaga ay hindi na kayo yung sumagot dito?
With your permission, Your Honor, and Madam Chair, perhaps our USEC for Finance can better discuss that since it pertains also to the confidential fund, Your Honor.
Yeah, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We would like to clarify po yung role ng DepEd Finance in the release, utilization, and reporting of the confidential fund. And we have applied po the joint circular of COA, DBM, DILG, GCD, and DND. And we have complied with the requirements. Una po yung entitlement. Is DepEd entitled to the 2023 confidential fund? It was included in our JA in 2023 under a confidential expense tag in the list of the expenses. So that's the reason po na i-release po siya. Ang next po is the form of release. We also follow joint circular cash advance. Naka-identify po doon that the 3 months requirement should be released in quarterly basis, and that the next liquidation should be upon the liquidation of the head of the agency to the chairman of the Commission on Appropriation. So to answer po yung question kung alam ba namin yung details nung pinagamitan, we do not know because we're not part of the process po ng utilization and liquidation. So what I can share is from the finance, we have released 3 quarters, that's 112.5 million. It has been recorded as liquidated because we were given a copy of the cover letter only of the liquidation. And the last quarter was not processed because there was no request to release it po, Madam Chair.
So hearing that, Madam Chair, ibig sabihin tama lang na last week ay niraise natin yung tanong na ito regarding the DepEd confidential funds on 2023 kasi nga mahirap din na expect natin na yung officials na harap ngayon under the new DepEd leadership ay sila yung sumagot dun sa tanong. So Madam Chair, to confirm, magre-request po ba ng confidential funds for 2025 ang DepEd?
No, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
maybe no po, bakit hindi? Ibig sabihin po ba ay hindi na nakikitaan ito ng purpose to continue and fulfill DepEd's objectives?
Yun ho, kasama ho yun. Siguro, hindi na rin hiningi nung predecessor namin for the last year, and for 2024, if I'm not mistaken, wala rin po. So, and given that it is engendered, medyo naging controversial siya. Mabuti na rin umiwas ho, siguro, Your Honor. At hingin na po yun sa line item kung may mga pangangailangan po ang departamento. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sige. Last topic na lang, Madam Chair, no? Kasi nga, yun, tuloy-tuloy na yung mga bagyo pumapasok sa bansa. And we observed na meron kasing Disaster Preparedness and Response Program under the Inclusive Education Program of DepEd. So, ano po ang trend sa budget? Kasi sa initial data po namin ay bababa yung budget for this. And would DepEd want na taasan ito?
Decreased somewhat, Your Honor. I think it's around 900 million for 2025, if I'm not mistaken. But again, if I may ask that Yusek Rev C. Escobedo be recognized because his strand is the one in charge of the disaster office, Your Honor.
Madam Chair,
Yusek
yung nung 2023, meron pong budget ang Department of Education ng 2 billion for the Disaster Preparedness and Response Program Fund. At ito ay MOE para sa mga minor repairs, clean-up drive, and pagtatayo ng mga temporary learning spaces. Dahil kung binagyo yung ating schools, maraming mga classrooms ang nasisira, and immediately after the disaster, walang magamit na mga classroom. So ito po ang ginagamit natin na pondo at directly released to the regions. And nung the following year, meron ulit na 2 billion na allocate for the Disaster Preparedness and Response Program Fund. At kasalukuyan ay meron pa pong sobra. Kaya for 2025, yung 2024 budget under the DPRP, yun pa rin yung gagamitin natin. At para mabilis yung utilization, naglabas na tayo ng guidelines na pwedeng pumasok sa framework agreement yung mga regions, meaning kapag merong bagyo o disaster sa kanila, ay pwede na silang makipag-ugnayan sa mga industry para madaling makuha yung mga for repairs na kagamitan o materyales. And yung temporary learning spaces, yung budget na yon, dati kasi 180,000 lang, napakaliit. Ngayon, in-increase natin to 380,000 dahil yung current market price ng mga building materials ay talagang tumaas na sa iba't ibang region. So, tingin namin sa 2025 ay yung natitirang DPRP sa 2024 ay kaya naming ma-utilize, Your Honors.
Sige, with that, I have no further questions as of now. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you to DepEd.
Thank you, Congressman Manuel. Next to interpellate is Representative Mark Go.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sa DepEd po, sa pamumuno ni Secretary Angara, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Nakasama po natin si Senator Angara sa Education Commission, and I think his appointment is very, very timely, considering that we have been exposed to so many problems of education in the country, and we have seen the recommendation of the EDCOM on how to address these problems. And truly, I think napakaganda po yung response ng ating mga kababayan sa inyong pagiging Secretary ng Department of Education. And I have not heard anything negative as far as your appointment to the position. And myself, I'm also proud that you are the ones chosen to become the Secretary of the Department of Education. I would like also to manifest that I will fully support the budget of the Department of Education, and the proper time we will recommend for additional budget based on the wish list that you have submitted to us, amounting to about more than 60 billion pesos. And truly, ito po yung pag-asa ng ating bayan ng edukasyon. Ngayon, ang tanong ko po, how do you like to be remembered in 2025 as far as DepEd is concerned? Ano po ba ang magiging mangyayari sa atin ngayong 2025? Siyempre, hindi na dapat learning crisis, hindi na dapat learning gaps at problema ng ating mga estudyante. Ano po ba yung makikita natin at the end of the tunnel ito pong 2025, Mr. Secretary?
Well, salamat. Thank you for the kind words, Chairman Mark Go, who's also on the wish list of the educational advocates to fill up some of the vacancies in the educational agencies. But I think he has other plans. Your Honor, ang nais ko lang sana guminhawa po yung buhay ng ating mga learners at ang ating mga guro at ng ating DepEd family. And in what way? By making sure that we provide the learning environment, the appropriate learning environment for our learners, that we, although it is quite a formidable problem, to provide some of the resources to enable our children to really learn and to empower our teachers, Your Honor. So, yun bang enable the DepEd to function more efficiently as an organization, make sure the books are delivered on time, the computers are working, there is electricity in our schools, just the basics, Your Honor, kasi the problems have become so serious and intractable that we've sunk to new lows. So we need to really step up as an organization. Each of us, I think, in the DepEd must get out of our comfort zones and work overtime, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, Madam Chair. Sabi nga po ni John Maxwell, the rise and fall of an organization is dependent on leadership. And I can see the success of DepEd in the next 365 days. And we would like to be a party to that success by providing the appropriate budget to ensure that you achieve your goal for the Department of Education.